I see you in your blue today, co-host.
Listen, man, I had to switch it up. We wear black too much up here. Every time I'm doing the artwork, we just fading into the artwork.
I'm not helping, am I?
No, we wear black too much. We got to be better.
All right, I'm gonna
So,
start wearing colors.
you know what I'm saying? Lime greens and all that. You know what I mean?
Lime greens. All right,
No, I'm
bet.
kidding.
I'm gonna
But color,
start.
color is definitely a good idea.
You know what I've been meaning to ask you?
What's that?
You're from Brooklyn.
I am.
Hi, I'm Fashion D, by the way.
All right, you didn't even not even gonna get no intros off. You just running right to it.
Right. Tell them who you are. We could just keep going. I'm the
You ain't
one
telling
with
what show this
the
is. You ain't telling who we are.
no. Um, weeknights.
Right.
Yay, yay.
Right. This is Weeknights. Welcome to Weeknights with my co-host.
Dash. We should just have like something dash across the screen.
That would be fly, right? In post edit. This is that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That would be
So
funny.
they wearing a crown, because I'm still the king of R&B. But
Still the king of R&B. That's right. And
mhm.
I'm JD, aka He Who Pods, and he who's gonna put up his volume just a little bit.
Mhm. So my question was,
Yeah. What's the question? What's that?
speaking of fashions, I wanted to know because you are a true New Yorker. You are from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and part of Brooklyn attire, especially in this weather that we've been getting,
Timbs.
is a pair of Timbs.
Gotta throw some Timbs on.
And I really just been wanting to know, are you gonna cop the Pharrell Timbs with the Louis Vuitton tongue?
Nobody's getting those.
I have been dying to ask you this.
No one. No one's buying those.
Especially with that blue sweater, I could totally see it. I could totally see it. And you
Pharrell's
gotta let
not
the
even
tongue
buying
hang
those.
down because you gotta see the Louis Vuitton print.
Pharrell's not even buying those. Let me get closer to the camera. Keith Lee style. Pharrell's not even buying those.
I just had to ask because I saw them last week and I said, well, what is this?
Nonsense.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, the fashionistas want to be fashionistas.
I've never been one of those. I was one of those for like 5 minutes. You know,
Okay.
I cared about fashion a lot for like
Hmm.
2 years as a teenager. And then I was like, I don't need to impress women with this stuff.
I also kind of feel like I like fashion. Don't get me wrong. I like being stylish and all of that, right? Um, but I'm even a fashion school dropout. but
There was a
but
joke there, but it's all right.
I mean, you could have made it, but that was the truth. I did start fashion school and not finish. But I also just logos to me, like I don't think everything requires a logo.
Okay.
So for me, I've never been like the girl that wants like Louis Vuitton all over
You don't
her.
like the all over print stuff.
No, not too much. Like maybe every now and again, there's things that you know, I do own a Louis Vuitton duffel bag.
I won't tell anybody. Don't worry. Your secret is safe. This is a
It
safe
was a
space.
gift. It was a gift. I might
Okay.
have not bought it for myself, but I do own one, so I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to sit here and then one day y'all see me out with my little Louis Vuitton duffel bag. I'm traveling through the airport, and somebody's like, "Didn't she say she don't wear logos?" That's not true, but it's not really my thing. I think it's super fly when you could get um, the item that is a little bit more sleek. You know, those cost a few more dollars though. I don't have those kind of dollars, but
Me
anyway.
neither. Another reason why I won't be getting the Timbs.
Right, right.
Broke
So
dog
I
broke.
wonder how much
We ain't
they
got it.
are. Right. I wonder how much. I don't even know how much they are. I didn't try to look it up. I actually don't think they're on. I don't think they're for sale at this time. He was just He was giving us a little sneaky peek.
Yeah.
So, but I had to ask. I mean, because why not?
I won't be
So,
buying Pharrell's Timbs.
fair enough. Well, since we're talking about fashion, a lot of good looking people were out on Monday night.
Or at least they were looking good anyway.
Yes, agree.
Because they may
Agree.
not be the best looking, but they were looking their best.
Right. The Emmys happened on Monday, on MLK Day, on the day of the start of the Iowa caucuses. There was like tons of things going on Monday,
Yep.
but the Emmys happened, which I actually learned, and I guess I wasn't really thinking about it, but there was something else that happened. I can't think of it right now. It wasn't just the Iowa caucuses, but I forgot that the Emmys was supposed to happen a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But because of the writer's strike, it didn't.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It got canceled. It was supposed to happen in September.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
So apparently,
so is this the 2023 or is this the 2024?
I mean, I guess it's considered there was no Emmys last year, and this year or I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think they call it by the year though. I think they do it by the number of years. So we may get the 76th Emmys at the end of this year.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah. What I'm reading, this is from USA Today. It doesn't really say, but it does say that, yeah, it's the first Emmy Awards since 2022, which is about a year and some change, but um, it's because of the writers' strike.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's not usually among all of the other award shows.
Right.
So they were even saying that they were concerned about ratings because um, the Golden Globes was when the night before, I think,
It was a
and the
couple of
critic.
days before, yeah.
Yeah, oh, the Golden Globes were 8 days before. The Critics' Choice Awards was the night before, which is a smaller event, but still, it's award season. So all of these awards are important. Um,
No, they're not.
so yeah, huh?
No, they're not.
Okay.
You think the Critics' Choice Awards are important?
Well, I think that they're meaningful for different reasons. Like even the SAG Awards is a bit more laid back, a bit more tongue in cheek in the way that they do things. Um, so I think it means something to the people who are a part of it. They
Got it.
still get dressed up and they go out and they have their night and all of that. And award season is a whole thing for people in Hollywood, right? It's not just one night. It's a series of nights where they celebrate their accomplishments and celebrate each other, and that's what I mean when I say it's important. It's not no, it's not the Golden Globes or the Emmys, but it's still a part of this whole season that people in Hollywood go through. So, I mean, maybe important wasn't the right word to use, but yeah.
Is that is the Choice Awards the one where people were eating pizza out of a bag?
Yes,
I saw that.
I saw it too. Would you eat pizza out of? I mean, don't we eat pizza out of a bag? We're from New York.
Yeah, but that's
Of
like, hey,
course,
I'm
we be
getting a
eating pizza
slice. I
out of
need
a
it to
bag.
go. That's not service at your table.
No, I agree that it's a little strange, but for that sort of event. But again, I also, what were they trying to be funny? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Me either. So let's get to the Emmys of it all.
Yes. Anthony Anderson hosted.
Yep. There were mixed reviews about his mom being involved. Some people had good things to say, some people had bad things to say. Everyone was not a fan of it.
If I make money off of my mom being like in my content all the time, who cares? I'm just thinking about it and I'm like, she's really parlayed some jobs because that State Farm commercial, I think it was State Farm. Pretty sure it was, or was it T-Mobile? Or was it both? It could have
No
been
clue.
both. She's been in commercials with him. I think it was T-Mobile. I think it was a phone company. Maybe it wasn't T-Mobile, but it was definitely a phone company because they would call each other on the phone.
Ah, okay. I got to start
Yeah.
including my dad in some of my content. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, why not? And honestly, I feel like sometimes our parents are hilarious for no reason. Like they don't mean to be, but they are. So
Probably.
why not?
I would be
Why,
nervous about my dad though.
why is
He
that?
wouldn't stick to the script. He'd be just blurting out random stuff. And that might cost me relationships. Like we'll be doing
But
a
I think that would
Verizon
be
commercial and he'd be
hilarious.
like, actually, we should probably be using T-Mobile right now. I'd be like, no, dad, no.
That is hilarious, though.
But he'll just blurt out something about politics randomly.
I mean,
He'll
listen,
be
that's
he'll
gonna
be
get
doing
him
like
other
Kanye,
jobs.
you know, early
Kanye
Kanye
double
just
rant.
blurting out stuff in the middle of the recording. Everybody just like, what just happened right now? He just
I
said
love that.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. What am
I
I
want
supposed
this
to do with this?
I want this content. Where's this content? Please record this.
Nah, scared of that.
Y'all should just start doing commercials and putting them on YouTube and see what happens.
That would be weird.
I am watching, okay? But I didn't see too much of the Emmys. But
Okay.
and so I didn't see Anthony Anderson and his mom. I did see his opening, which I thought was really cool. And just the show itself, they injected a lot of
Reunions.
um, reunions, and he starts the show by singing famous TV show theme songs, which I thought was cool. He did The
Oh, okay.
Facts of Life. He did, I think it was Miami Vice theme song. He did, oh gosh, what was the first one? He did Good Times.
Got to do good times.
You got his Good Times. I think he did more, but I didn't get to see all of it. And I know that they did different television sets throughout the show.
Yeah, that was the theme.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool theme. But I'm also a TV nerd, so I love that. Like now, I want to actually watch the whole show. Now that I know that that's what they did, I just didn't. I didn't have time to watch it, but I really want to watch the show more for that. I don't care about the awards so much, but I would love to see how they did that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really
It's cool
cool.
that they did the recreation. It's cool that they paid homage to these older shows that paved the way for some of the stuff that's going on now. Everyone was very excited about the Martin uh, reunion of sorts.
Yeah, people have been wanting that for a while, so you know.
Yeah, and the Martin reunion thing that was happening briefly. It was brief, so it was cool to see that.
Yeah.
I heard about the Cheers one, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, but I want to see it because I was obsessed with Cheers for
But
a
they said
long.
Woody's not in it. They said Woody was like, nah, I'm not rocking. That's
Okay.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I know the squad cleaned house.
They did. They did. Cue the music.
Oh, about to say I don't know what music.
The theme song. The theme music, I should say.
You
The
want me to you
score.
want me to whistle Succession's music?
I do.
No.
Why not?
Then YouTube is gonna take the
Stop.
video down. They don't like us.
They suck. Anyway. anyway. Um, I'm really excited that Succession closed it out the way they did.
Yeah.
Um, I have been very vocal about my love for Succession. So win them all.
Right.
Take them home. There's no other opportunity to win the awards at this point. So win them now,
Right.
and
Right. Unless
we
the
will
spin-off
send
show
you
comes.
right. We'll send you guys off into the wild to go do as you please. You've won the awards. And
Yeah, I
some of these
thought
other shows that are deserving too will still, the ones that are still active, they'll have their opportunity as well. Because I want to see everybody win. But Succession,
I don't
I'm
want to
glad
see
they.
everybody win.
Okay, not everybody, but you know what I mean. Everybody I like. Everybody
Oh,
I
okay.
like.
All right. Yeah.
Not everybody. I don't watch every single show.
Well, that's why I said I don't want to see everybody. But
Yeah.
I thought it was cool that it was for the best actor, which, Culkin won, Rome won. I thought it was interesting that he was up against the other two guys of the show. He was up against Logan and Ken.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I said,
That was
okay, well, one of the squad got to win then.
yeah, and one did. And I love Kieran Culkin because I think he's just like a kind of peculiar, but I think that's a part of his charm.
I think that was
I
the
mean,
role he was booked for, and he did an amazing job doing it.
right. I don't know. I feel like every time I see him in something, I'm like, he's maybe peculiar is not the right word, but like he's an interesting persona. And I think he's able to play interesting people. Um, Kind of like not the same, but kind of like how like Johnny Depp is super interesting because he can kind of
Morph into different characters.
yes, yeah. So I don't think they're the same at all by any means, but I like that kind of offbeat, interesting, um, that persona. I just like that, and I really enjoyed his character on
No, listen,
Succession.
Rome did an amazing job. You know,
Yeah,
Kirk, Kieran Culkin did an amazing job as Rome, and he deserves to win.
yeah.
I just thought it was really cool. Excuse me, that he was up against his colleagues for best male actor. I thought that was
Hmm.
pretty cool. I think that's
Yeah,
noteworthy because it shows you that even the Emmys thought, yo, any one of these three guys could have got it.
yeah.
So
I
I think
mean,
that speaks volumes about the show and about the impact that they had on the industry and the recognition that they received and deserve.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I'm very pleased.
Yeah,
I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that Succession won.
all three,
Um,
one, three, same three people won.
yeah.
Tom, Shiv, and Rome. But we can't talk about the Emmys without speaking about a very impactful win for our community.
Hmm.
This is your time to shine.
Oh, that was my
That
cue.
was that was an alley oop.
That was. I thought
I
you were
was throwing
gonna.
it right to you. A simple, a little
Yeah. Okay.
was
Well,
lobbing it right to you. Yes. That was
now
the behind the back pass. The
I
no
got
look,
it.
just
I got it now. Now I want to point out that this person, we have caused many a controversy around this person.
we have.
You and I.
No, we're not done with the Emmys.
Are we talking about two different? Who are you talking
Abbott
about?
Elementary.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No,
Fantasia.
we can't leave the Emmys without speaking about Abbott Elementary.
But Fantasia did win an Emmy, didn't she? That's why I thought we were gonna talk about her.
I don't know anything about that.
We having a co-host breakdown right now. Is that what is that what's going on? I swore the thing we had to talk about Fantasia was Emmy related.
I think you made that up in your brain.
Well then let's talk about Abbott Elementary, which is a great show by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah, you do that while I look up this other thing now that you ruined the show.
Now that I've ruined, yeah, and I'm a show ruiner, really. You know what with all my scowling and whatnot.
Look at that. And your
Anyway,
show won and you didn't even mention it.
because I've been sitting here trying to pull up the list of winners and I can't get it to
Jennifer
pull up.
Coolidge, Jennifer Coolidge won for The White Lotus.
I love the White Lotus.
And you didn't even say anything.
I didn't know. That's why keep telling you I'm trying to pull up the winners. Um, I love the White Lotus.
The Bear Cleaned House.
It did. Unpopular opinion. I don't really care for the bear. We could talk about that another day. But unpopular opinion, not my favorite show. It's an interesting show, but
Cleaned House.
oh yeah, I know. Listen, it's a very popular show. I think it's a well written show too. Like I don't have terrible things to say about it. I just I don't love it the way other people do.
Got it.
You know,
Oh, Succession won for outstanding writing for a drama series. I didn't know that.
and should
Yes. Yes, it
and should
should.
and should and anybody who has a problem with the fact that I don't like the bear, you
Oh, and
go complain
outstanding
to your mom.
directing for a drama series also won Succession.
I was over here being a bully and you didn't let me.
Nah, no bullies. Get out. Oh, and Elton
Go
John
tell
is
your
now an
mom.
EGOT.
What are we just yelling things out now?
Well, because you ready to move on.
Yes, Elton John is an EGOT. Congrats to him.
That's a big ass deal.
That is a huge deal. There are how many people in this world that are an EGOT? Not very many.
It's a short list.
Whoopi's on there.
Yeah. There's nothing here about Emmys for Fantasia. I don't know what the hell what the hell you thought was happening.
My bad. Um, there are only 19 people who are EGOTs. And
Yes.
6 that have honorary awards, but we don't.
Right.
That honorary award thing always gets me.
It's a little interesting.
It's not to say that some people who have gotten those don't deserve them, because there are absolutely people who deserve them. It's just that, like, do you want to be the person who like became an EGOT fair and square, and then have to like share that status with someone who got an honorary award? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it depends who it is.
I think you're right about that
Because
too.
some people should have been got awards, and so now they're just starting to get their honorary award.
Yeah, wasn't it Samuel L. Jackson who had gotten an honorary award? But it was like everybody was like, but shouldn't I don't remember which one it was. I don't know if it was an Oscar or what, or an Emmy or what, but I just or an Oscar or a Golden Globe. But I just remember thinking, but why did that man win that award? Like whenever he was nominated for it, way back when in the day.
Because they be hating on Samuel motherfucking Jackson.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Thank you. Don't hate on Nick Fury.
All right. What a show.
So only 19 people. So good for Elton John.
Yes.
And shout out to Whoopi.
Sure.
Sure.
Because
Because
Whoopi don't
whenever
have
I hear
anything to do
EGOT,
with
Whoopi
this right now.
Goldberg, I know, but whenever I hear
Just randomly
EGOT,
shout out Whoopi.
because she's an EGOT.
All right.
And whenever I hear EGOT, she's the first person I think of.
I think about Viola Davis.
Yep. And you know who else? Glory.
Oh, sure.
Don't do that. Don't react like that. That is shady. You just as shady as Yasiin Bey.
Don't start that again.
Oh, I've been seeing people on the internet like all those people who just watched the clip and then spoke about that was me.
That was us. Yep. We did not watch the full interview.
I didn't. And let's stop acting like everybody watches full interviews and everybody watches full of any. Y'all don't even watch this in full. Y'all watch the pieces that you want to watch. Let's be honest
But
here.
I didn't even know the Yasin Bey full interview was out. I just saw clips of the promo. So I would totally watch the full interview if I knew it
Me
existed
too.
prior.
Me too. But I just feel like, come on, we all do it.
Yeah, we
We
do.
all do it.
We do.
And I will say on with our content specifically, I try very hard, and you know this, to not just use clips, to not just use something that somebody else heard. I try to make sure that either we are both looped into a full body of work or a full piece of content versus just 60 seconds or 5 minutes of something.
Right.
So it's not something we make a habit of doing,
Right.
but I was like, damn it, the one time where I go off on something that was a, a 50 something second clip that I saw, there's more to the story.
Yes, there
So
was lots more apparently.
what I will say, and then we could get back to the Emmys, is I will find the full interview and I will watch it. And I will come back on this here show and I will give follow-up thoughts.
Okay. Sounds good.
So yeah.
So the
But
Emmys. Yeah, listen, the same squads won. Beef, Succession, The Bear, the same people won. So if you thought there was anything different, it's not. We're just here to celebrate every single win Succession got because we love the show and the show is no longer happening. It's no longer airing. It's over. And we're just happy to celebrate its greatness. Really, that's all we got. Shout out to John. I'm about to say John Legend. You see, you fucked me up. Shout out to Elton John for becoming an EGOT. I feel like it's a long overdue, but I'm very happy that Elton John is finally getting the last letter of the EGOT.
yeah, good for him.
It's a big deal, and
I,
I'm very happy to hear that. We
a
got to
huge deal.
celebrate our legends more.
This is true. I do want to get back to a
Abbott
young one.
Elementary,
Yes.
talk about it.
Um, Quinta Brunson is the first black woman to win Best Comedic Actress in over 40 years
That's
at the
that's why
Emmys.
I said we can't leave the Emmys without talking about something specific.
Quinta motherfucking Brunson.
That's right.
And let me tell you something about Abbott Elementary. In my old years, sitcoms are not my favorite. I love a good drama. I need at least 42 minutes of intense thrills and suspense and
I know where you was going with it.
but a good ass show is a good ass show.
Yep.
And Abbott Elementary is hilarious. um, yeah. It's really funny and she's great and I'm so happy for her that she's, her show is doing really well, and she's winning awards, and her people on her show, like the other supporting actors and actresses, have won awards even last year. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the show to continue, and such a huge win.
Yes,
40 years was the last time a Black woman won this award.
that's wild. That's a long ass time.
Or rather, no Black woman won the award before her. Like, that just,
Yeah, that's why I said we can't leave the Emmys without discussing it. Got to talk
yeah,
about it. I
yeah.
think it's really great that she was able to get this recognition. The show has been on a great run. Even though I don't watch it, I can't stop hearing about it. Everywhere I go, people are talking about Abbott Elementary. Lots
Yeah.
of podcasters, lots of people in casual discussion just talking about Abbott Elementary.
Hmm.
They are tapped in, they're funny, and it seems like they're doing a great job with their show. Um, and also, yeah, 40 years is a long ass time for us to not get the recognition. And more importantly, or maybe not more importantly, but I thought it was really cool, I guess I'll say, that she was on some like, yo, I didn't even think I was gonna win. Like I thought there was no way in hell I was gonna win. Man, I don't even know what to say up here.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, because how could you think? Like,
Right.
how could you think? And just correction, she is the second Black woman to win it. The only other Black woman to win it was Isabel Sanford for the Jeffersons, which no one knows this on our pod, but I'm obsessed with the Jeffersons.
Because you want to move on up.
Of course, to the east side,
There you go.
to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
In the
Yep.
sky.
Mm-hmm. I have my in my living room. I have George and Wheezy in my living room. So I mean, there are pop culture references all over my apartment, but George and Wheezy are they keep me calm. I look at
They're
them
your
and I go,
spirit animals.
they're my spirit. I feel like I can do this job. This job is getting on my nerves, but I can do this job because someday I will move up to the east side
That's right. I
if
like
I
that.
work hard enough.
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. All right, all right, all right.
Just because I said Iowa caucus didn't mean anything more.
Come on, that was just right there. That was too easy.
No, no, we're not even going there.
We're
Okay.
not. Let's move on because now we do
That's
have
for
to talk
sexual
about
intellectual.
Fantasia.
Yeah, let's talk about Fantasia. Well, hold on, because I want to make sure we caught everybody. I want to make sure we talked about
Mhm.
Elton
I
John.
read the list.
Huh?
I read the
You read?
list.
Okay, that's it. We didn't want to talk about anybody else.
Beef, The Bear, Succession, Trevor
Okay.
Noah.
Ayo Edebiri, I think that's how you say her name. She won for the Bear.
Yep.
Niecy Nash won for Dahmer.
Yes, she did.
I'm just trying to shout out some black ladies. That's what I'm trying to make sure. Trevor Noah did win for the Daily Show. All right, that's it. Everybody else, y'all could look it up. But I just wanted to make sure I shouted out the black ladies. I didn't want to forget any of them because I'm a black lady.
I couldn't tell.
It's important.
I thought you didn't identify as a murderer. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll tell you off pod.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, listen, black ladies don't get shouted out enough. So I just wanted to make sure that, we called out the ones that we did not say. That's it. Yeah. So please, let's move on and talk about another black lady.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Fantasia came out and said, let
Mm-hmm.
me clear my throat. Fantasia said that she stopped going to therapy to do the color purple because she needed the pain.
Glory. I don't know.
That's not even
It's
remotely.
just stuck in my head. It's just in my head. And I haven't really been singing on weeknights.
You got something to say about Fantasia? Do you have thoughts about Fantasia stopping, pausing therapy to embody the role for color purple?
Do you? Um, I think it's interesting. I mean, I know that. All right. I know that people do things to prepare for acting roles. So you know, I guess maybe it's a form of method acting in a way. I guess I feel like if you're prepared to do that, if your therapeutic journey is allows for that, then I get it. I get wanting to. I mean, listen, the color purple is a very specific story, right? So emotion and pain and passion and anger, and there are a lot of different feelings that you have to channel to play a character in that movie. So I'm not mad at it. I did see a clip of her and her husband. They were being interviewed, and you know, she was saying, um, she would have to like go home and bring herself out of character so that she could be present with her husband
Yeah.
because um, because it's a difficult thing to kind of immerse yourself in the character and then go home and be normal and be in this loving, caring relationship. So it was actually a really sweet interview that they did where they talked about like how they coped with her having to do this role. And I would imagine anybody on that cast went through a lot to. I mean, you're dealing with themes of. I won't say all the words because I don't want to trigger anybody, but everybody knows what happens in The Color Purple, and it's not a fun story. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it at some point, but the reason I haven't seen it is because it's not a fun story. It is actually pretty traumatic. So it's got to be a little jarring or a lot jarring for the people who actually had to play these roles.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's really interesting that she was able to be in the movie. I think it was great that she was casted, and this is her first movie role of this type. And I feel like you gotta do whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like some people might give her flack for pausing her therapy. I don't. I feel like if you feel like that's what really has to get you in this role and in the proper mindset to do what it takes to do this role, then fuck it, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if you feel like that's the only way you could really do it, then who am I to knock you for that?
Right.
That's your decision. That's your mental health. And if you feel like you're able to pause and channel your pain and your trauma into the role for the
Mhm.
benefit of the role, I mean, who am I to say anything bad about that? I feel like
Yeah.
really we should shut the fuck up when it comes to that, because that's something she felt very strongly about, clearly. And I think it's dope. A lot of people don't probably remember or know, but Fantasia was in Color Purple on Broadway and did an amazing job. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was very well, uh, I don't know the proper term for the Broadway stuff, but it was like a big deal, and it was very well received, that run of Color Purple. And she was given lots and lots of props for that. So yeah, for her to be in the movie makes a lot of sense to me. And if she
Yeah.
feel like that's what she has to do, whether it's on Broadway or in the film, then again, I don't think there's really much to say in to knock her. I feel like, listen, this woman is doing what she feels she needs to do to fully step into the role. And really, that's what you want, right? You want somebody who's going to really, truly dedicate themselves to a role. That's why method actors get so many props, right? Because they lock into this role to a point where it's like, no, I am the Joker. Like, no, no, but you're Heath Ledger. No, no, no. I'm the Joker. And
Yeah.
if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. That's what you
Right.
want, right? You want the people
Of
who
course.
feel so strongly and so passionately about a role that you look at and you like, yo, I know this person was on the on the movie for about 7 minutes, but for 7 minutes that was their movie. Even if
Hmm.
they got a small role, which usually method actors get big roles. But the point is,
Right.
that's the type of shit you want, right? Like you want to watch a movie where a person may not necessarily be the star,
Hmm.
but the role is like, yo, you stole the whole show just now. The movie was boring and I was yawning like Dash until you came on the screen.
That's my nightly yawn. I feel like every day at the same time in the podcast, I yawn. Sorry, guys.
So good. Anyway, yeah, I think there's no I think whatever Fantasia wants to do for
Hmm.
the betterment of the role is okay. You know what I'm saying? She's not harming
Yeah.
anybody else. She's she's not harming herself as far as we know. Now, if it came out that was like, yo, Fantasia was punching people in the face, she couldn't control her rage, then I would say, all right, you gotta relax. But we haven't heard anything about that. We've just heard that. That's my alarm telling me it's time to wrap it up. Uh, we've only heard that Color Purple is out and it's been I don't know what the publications are saying, but the people I have heard discuss Color Purple have said that although it's a musical and although it's different than the original film, it is a good film.
That's
So, and
great.
we know it was the number one movie during Christmas in the box
Right.
office. So clearly that's for a reason. So I say props to Fantasia for doing what she felt she needed to do for this yawn. I mean, for this role.
Stop it.
You stop it. Now you say something nice about Fantasia.
So, I mean, I agree with you. I think that, like I said before, if it didn't negatively affect her therapeutic process, I don't know what's between her and her therapist. So it's not for me to say she should or should not stop therapy. Um, and like you said, if that is the thing, listen, we talk all the time about artists, music artists who go through a breakup and make great music.
And channel that pain.
Yeah, I think, I think when people create, um, there are certain sources that people tap into to get to the thing that they're trying to create. So I don't knock that at all. I don't think that's that crazy. And again, you do have to, if anybody is going to stop their therapy for a period of time, or stop their healing journey for one reason or another, you gotta know that there's a possibility that there will be consequences, and you kind of need to put things in place to make sure that you're okay. And it sounds like she had a good support system throughout, so non-issue. I really just kind of feel like it's not any of our business, that part of it.
I agree.
um, you know, sharing that that's the method that she used. I'm I'm intrigued by it. But as far as whether she should or should not have done that, that don't have nothing to do with me.
Agreed.
So
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here. This is Weeknights. We're here 5 nights
I
a
am going
week.
to take a nap.
My
I'm joking.
my co-host has Tourette's. Please excuse her.
Sorry.
She doesn't have Tourette's. That's just a joke. Anyway, thank you for
Yeah.
being here. We will see y'all tomorrow night. Adios.
Bye.